as many of you know, Sunday is World Press Freedom Day, a day in which we reaffirm the vital role that a free press plays in democracy and shining a light on the many challenges, cruelties, and also hopeful stories that exist in countries all around the world. Journalists give all of us as citizens the chance to know the truth about our countries, ourselves, our governments. That makes us better, it makes us stronger, it gives voice to the voiceless, exposes injustice, and holds leaders like me accountable. Unfortunately, in too many places around the world, a free press is under attack by governments that want to avoid the truth or mistrust the ability of citizens to make their own decisions. Journalists are harassed, sometimes even killed. Independent outlets are shut down, dissent is silenced, and freedom of expression is stifled. And that's why I really appreciated and valued the opportunity to hear from three journalists who have been incredibly courageous under some very, very difficult circumstances. All three are from countries that severely restrict the freedom of the press. All three have been detained or harassed in the past. All three have sought refuge here in the United States, and we welcome them so that they can continue their important work. Just very briefly, I want to mention them. We have Fatima Tsetsova, who is from Russia. She reported on military operations in the North Caucasus region, as well as disappearances and corruption. She was attacked, kidnapped, tortured herself. Today, she reports for the Voice of America, and most recently has spent time reporting on the Boston trials related to the Boston bombing. So we very much appreciate Fatima being here. We also have DUK, that's his pen name, from Vietnam, a blogger who has written on human rights, including religious freedom, as a leading voice for greater press freedom in Vietnam. He spent 6 years in prison and was just released in October. And finally, we have Lily Mengesa, is from Ethiopia. She helped to shine a light on the outrage of child brides. After her advocacy for a free press, she was harassed and detained. Today she is with the National Endowment for Democracy. So I heard firsthand, I think from all of them, the importance of all of us, including the United States government, speaking out on behalf of the values of the freedom of the press. As I indicated to them, these are countries in which we are engaged and do a lot of business. And we think that engagement and diplomacy is absolutely critical to the national interest of the United States. But what's also important is that we speak out on behalf of the values that are enshrined in our Constitution and our Bill of Rights, because we believe those values are not simply American values, that certain core values, like being able to express yourself and your conscience without danger, is a human right, a universal right, and ultimately makes the world better and stronger when individual conscience and a press that is free is allowed to function. It's also a time for us to reflect and honor all those journalists who are languishing in jail as we speak right now, are being harassed, are endangered, and of course journalists whose lives were lost. That includes Stephen Sotloff and James Foley and Luke Summers, those killed in Paris at Charlie Hebdo. We'll keep working for the release of journalists who are unjustly imprisoned, including Jason Rezaian, of the Washington Post, who's currently being held in Iran. So once again, I want to thank the three journalists who are here for sharing with me in very clear and stark terms some of the challenges that folks are facing. I want everybody to understand that this will continue to be a priority for the United States in our foreign policy, not only because it's the right thing to do, but also because ultimately I believe it's in the national interest of the United States.